This is the place in Colombia where it seems like everyone and everything is forgotten about, where everyone is treated like garbage, and where everyone has to struggle to survive by stealing food, water, and other necessities. This is Shantytown. In my personal opinion, this is one of the saddest overall levels out of any of the Bioshock games. You get to see the hardships that these people are constantly dealing with, and it's quite honestly rather heartbreaking. Whether it's children or adults begging for money or food or water, people asking why God has forsaken them, and how some of these people will just wind up dead like in the graveyard shift bar. On the bright side of that bar, however, we get to hear the lovely singing of Courtney Draper and the wonderful guitar work of Troy Baker. Shantytown itself is the living quarters where Fink's workers live, though they don't make any money that they could use for themselves outside of Fink's businesses, nor can they get their own food or water without stealing it. And if by some miracle they manage to get their hands on food naturally, the majority of it is rotten. It's honestly quite awful. On top of this being the poorest part of Colombia, this is also one of the brighter sides of the actual overall Vox Populi, because they and their supporters have the largest stronghold in Shantytown. They're essentially hiding in plain sight, since nobody would ever, and I mean ever, check Shantytown. Nobody would ever step foot there. With Fink Manufacturing being as large as it is and with as many workers as it had, obviously the workers needed housing. Fink wanted to name these projects Factory Worker Housing, but that wasn't going to go over well with the people living there. So eventually, they took matters into their own hands. They vandalized the sign and labeled it Shantytown. Many of the workers that Fink employed ended up either getting sick, starved to death due to the lack of food or water, and appropriate medical care. In combination with 12-hour workdays that would cause the majority of sickness to occur, along with having to eat rats that people could find wandering Shantytown, this was not an optimal place to be. And obviously, in continuation with the way that Colombia is, especially from the beginning of the game at the raffle, the typical population of Shantytown consisted of African Americans, Irish, Asians, and some Anglo-Saxon citizens who never stepped foot in the true Shantytown. They were considered wealthy compared to everyone else, while they just looked down at everyone. What pricks, huh? What pricks? And now let's go take a look at the graveyard shift. Now keep in mind, this is a very bad area, as you can probably tell just by the look of things. So, you can see it's basically plastered together with wood, so not many materials here. You can see everyone just having a good old drink, and then someone's dead in the corner and they don't even care. And it gets so bad in this area that this guy actually has a shotgun, which, if you go behind the counter, he pulls out. And you're able to take everyone out here. But on the bright side too, we get to hear one of the best parts of the game, and I'll include a little snippet, so hopefully copyright doesn't screw me.
Be unbroken by and by and by.
And now let's move on to the Vox Stronghold. And now we make our way to the Stronghold, where there is going to be a ton of enemies, a lot of combat, and that's okay. We like combat. Combat's good. So let's try to get over here and do as much damage as possible, right? Okay, got one. Perfect. I thought there was a sniper up here.
That'll do. Elizabeth.
Like I said, the stronghold is pretty powerful. Now we have to deal with a Patriot. Okay. I like how he just spawned out of nowhere. And that's the compound. Now the last thing I want to discuss about Shantytown is that I wanted to strictly tell the story of Shantytown within this video. Not exactly the Vox Populi version, because that becomes more of a stronghold rather than a rundown, depressed city, if that makes sense. So I wanted to strictly keep this as Shantytown itself. Hopefully that's okay. If not, I will definitely make a video on the Vox Populi, and I will include the stronghold in there as well. So if you're mad, I do understand. I'm so sorry, but I wanted to keep this strictly Shantytown and tell the story of it as best as I possibly can, both pre-recorded and live recorded, so you get to experience the best of both worlds. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, let me know down in the comment section below, or leave a like or a dislike on the video. Just let me know what I could do to make the future videos better for you. If you want to see more Bioshock content in the future, would you kindly hit that subscribe button and turn on all post notifications to never miss a future video or a future live stream. I would greatly appreciate that. If you want to talk to me outside of YouTube or check out more content, my social medias and my second channel are all linked in the description down below. I would greatly appreciate it if you check those out as well. And with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I appreciate you all. Take care, stay safe, and I will talk to you all in the next video.